blood sugar, their cholesterol, their BMI, which is their body mass index, their percentage of body fat, knowing their numbers and knowing what those numbers mean to their heart health. So we're setting up free screenings where people could come out and get this information, find out what their numbers are, find out what those numbers mean to them and what it is that they need to do to change those numbers if they're, in fact, pointing them towards heart disease. Another thing that we're doing, and we actually just did one this past Sunday, is we presented a Journey to Heart Health class where we were out teaching people about wellness and how to achieve wellness. And there were some great presenters that came out. Kim McCrae, who is a wellness coach, taught on green smoothies and nutrition and the importance of it. Wes Murray, who is a fitness trainer and one of the Dr. Oz 100-pounders, meaning he lost over 100 pounds, and he did it the old-fashioned way through diet and exercise. He taught on fitness. And then there was Adrienne Hicks, who's the founder of Fit Kids for Life, which advocates against childhood obesity. She taught on portion control and the importance of taking healthy snacks and meals out with you so you won't reach for anything, when hunger comes on. So it's a lot of things like that Love Her Heart is doing and more. And one of the most important things that we've started doing is this past weekend we started shooting a pilot of the Love Her Heart TV series, which is chronicling my journey to becoming heart healthy, to actually show women that we can do this, regardless of how many challenges it is to getting heart healthy. Is doable. It's very doable.
Yeah. I'm actually excited about that pilot, Tania. I mean, I'm sure so many women, after hearing and seeing your story on your journey to heart health, it's definitely going to be an exciting journey. So I wish you well with that, and definitely for it to bring awareness, something that our community and just all of women in general, because it's not just man's disease anymore. After I started to do my research and just found studies and read about studies that that show that women that are actually made aware of heart disease through various campaigns that go on, they do take some steps to reduce their risk. So these campaigns are working. So Tania, share some steps with our listeners that can be taken to lower your risk. What are some of the steps, the main steps, easy to do steps that they can start out with?
Well, the first thing that I would recommend is going to your doctor. It's very important that you sit down with your doctor and find out what your risk level is. And, again, going back to the numbers, you'll have the opportunity to learn your numbers and find out what they mean to you. Once you know that, then you can start taking the proper steps. Now, another thing that I would encourage women to do is do a little bit of research about heart health. Because, like you mentioned, it's not a man's disease anymore. And generally, when people think of heart disease, they think of it just as a heart attack. And the vision that most people have in their head is a white male clutching his chest or his left arm and having a heart attack. And for women, the symptoms of heart disease are very different than men. The symptoms of a heart attack leading to a heart attack are very different in women than they are in men. And knowing what the factors are to heart disease, which isn't just a heart attack. Again, it's the high blood pressure, it's the high cholesterol, it's the diabetes, it's stress, it's the family history, smoking, all these things that make you at high risk. Knowing what the risks are that leads you to heart disease. And then after that, start taking the steps of eating more healthy, learning, I would suggest going to a nutritionist and learning how to eat healthy, eat heart-healthy meals, and start moving your body. It's very important that we exercise and we get our bodies moving on a regular basis, getting that heart rate up and, burning off that excess fat that we don't need around our heart. That belly fat in the middle. They say belly fat is heart fat, working on those things. And the last thing I would say is learning how to reduce the stress in your life. There's a lot of things that, we don't imagine that contributes to our sickness. It could be, the worrying about the finances or, a whole lot is on the shoulders of the African American women, and learning how to reduce that stress.
To reduce the stress, I so agree with you. I'm very passionate about activities that reduce stress. I talked a little bit about some stress-reducing activities in our last show, part 1 of Love Your Heart. And I mentioned meditation and laughing and learning how to forgive. Many people don't realize how stressful it is and really the effect that it has on your health. Stress affects different parts of your organs. And so stress to me is a really, really big thing, and just really learning how to really just let things roll off your shoulders, roll off your back, or breathe. Take some time to, for yourself. I definitely agree with the stress. I think it's one of the main factors.
Well, unfortunately, women as a whole, we take on a lot, and very often we don't take time out for ourselves, to the point where some women even feel guilty when they're taking out time for themselves, because there's always something else that needs to be done. But it's getting to the point of realizing that you can't be the great mom and wife and employee and aunt and, all these roles that we take on, and we're not here. So taking care of ourselves has to be our first priority.
Our first priority. So, Tania, I see that we have our phone lines are lit up. So, obviously, our listeners are just as passionate about heart health as we are. So, let's take a call. Let's take a call from one of our listeners. Caller, are you on the line?
Hello?
Hello, caller? Hi. Welcome to A Dose of Optimism. And you are?
Lily.
Hi, Lee. Where are you from?
Newark, New Jersey.
I'm sorry, Lily?
Yes, from Newark, New Jersey.
Hi, Lily. Hi, I have Lily from Newark, New Jersey, Tania. Lily, meet Tania. Tania is the founder of the Love Her Heart campaign. And it's it's a campaign, actually, that brings awareness to women in heart disease. What's your comment, Lily?
Well, I was impressed by the statistics of the research. I didn't know that heart disease and heart stress, and I didn't know it was so prevalent. I have an aunt who recently had a heart attack. Recently had it about a week ago, actually. And she just got back home, and we were all kind of in shock because we didn't know what was going on. And she was having heart pain. My mom told me she was having heart pain, and they rushed her off to the hospital. In the emergency room, they did an EKG, and they found out that she had had a heart attack, a small one.
Wow! And
we were in shock. She was scared, and it was such a coincidence that your show is talking about this, and that this happened just about a week ago. So right now she's stable. She's back home, but again, it was kind of like a silent thing that just happened and nobody knew. And now I'm going to suggest that we all go to our doctors and we get our heart checked.
Yeah, Lily, this should be a wake-up call to you and your family, and to women all over, because we just said that heart disease is the number one silent killer. It sneaks up on you. Tania, what do you think about that? What are some of the signs and the symptoms, Tania, you think,
well, first I would like to,
that we experience?
Right. I'm sorry. Is Leela?
It's
the
Lily.
caller, her name is Lily. Lily?
Yeah, it's
Hi,
Lily.
Lily. How are you?
Yes.
Can she hear me?
I am listening to you. Yes, I can.
Okay. Hi, Lily. First of all, I totally understand